Welcome to this episode of Icelandic Formula Offroad. We will look at the second round of the National Championship, which took place at Stapafell, May the 24th. The weather was great for this type of event, with rain in the morning but dry race. 8 unlimited cars and 4 road legal cars were ready to tackle the steep hills of Stapafell. This is what the championship standings looked like after the first round, with Elmar Guðmundsson at the top after his win at Hella. But Elmar isn't competing today, which gives the other drivers a great chance to steal his championship lead. We spoke to Magnús Sigurðsson, who sits in third place before the race.
Magnús, þriðja sæti á Hellu, hvernig ertu stemmdur fyrir keppni í dag?
Bara vel, þetta bara, ef bíllinn í lagi þá erum við góðum málum.
Þú ert búinn að skoða brautirnar, hvernig líst þér á þær?
Þær eru bara flottar síns mér. Þær eru sumar þarna nánast ókleifar en ég held að séu hægt að fara í þær allar núna.
Snorri is the defending champion. He currently sits in second place.
Snorri, mannasæti á Hellu, hvernig ertu stemmdur fyrir keppni í dag?
Já, bara þokkalegur held ég. Þetta er ágætis veður og fína brautir.
Nú eru aðstofamenn þínir að gera við bílinn hérna fyrir aftan. Hvað er að?
Það er ónýtt bensíndæla en hún er að koma úr Reykjavík, þannig að þetta ætti að reddast.
Þannig að þetta ætti að vera klárt fyrir keppnina?
Já, við vonum það.
This is Guðbjörn Grímsson driving Katla Turbo Troll in the first race at Hella. Like Elmar, he isn't competing in this race. But he lent his 1600 horsepower machine to this man, Sigurður Þór Jónsson. Sigurður is a former national champion and has been competing in Formula Offroad since the early 90s. We asked him about his expectations before the race.
Sigurður Þór Jónsson, kunnulegt andlit í torfærinu en hafa nú komið svolítið langt síðan þú keppti síðast?
Það eru svolítið nokkrir dagar síðan, 2009.
Myndirðu stefna á sigur í dag, er þetta aðalega þér til skemmtunar?
Þeir eru aðalega til skemmtunar en við stefnum alltaf á sigur fyrir því þó sem við að leika okkur.
And here is Sigurður in the first course of the day. The final hill is very steep and has little grip. But Sigurður makes it all the way due to the immense power in the turbo troll. Next up is Þór Þormar Pálsson in Spider-Man. He had some engine problems in the first race at Hella. Spider-Man makes it all the way, but Thor touches a marker in the final gate and gets 10 penalty points. Svanur Tómasson, driving his car Insane, is currently sitting 5th in the championship, so he will be hoping for a good result here. But he lets his foot off the throttle in the middle of the hill and only gets 240 points. Here we have Valdimar Jón Sveinsson in Crash Hard. He, like Þór Þormar, had engine problems in the first event, so he is using his spare engine today. This engine doesn't seem to be very good, and Valdimar gets stuck right at the beginning of the final climb. He tries again, but the reverse gives him 40 penalty points, and he only gets a total of 170.
Jæja Valdi, hvernig hefur þetta gengið?
Þetta hefur gengið ágætlega sko, ég er með nýja vél sem er minni en hinn. Þannig að konvektorinn sem er svona stykki á milli skiptingar og vélar er ekki að réttri gerð, þannig að ég næ ekkert power út úr hann, þannig að ég er búinn að mjög power lítill í dag.
Aron Ingi Svansson in the Zombie is the only driver in the modified class, so he doesn't have as good tires as the unlimited cars. Despite his best efforts, Aron can't make it all the way and has to settle for 220 points from this first course. But a total of 7 courses are in this race today, so there's a long way to go. Magnús Sigurðsson in his Cube is currently third in the championship and is hoping to challenge for the lead in this race. His car, the Cube, has 4-cylinder, 2.4 litre Honda engine, so it isn't as powerful as the other V8 cars. But the car is lightweight, therefore Magnús makes it all the way and touches no markers. Last to tackle this course is Snorri Thor in the Choir Boy. As we mentioned earlier, he has a great chance to build up a good lead in the championship, but he needs a good result today. Snorri makes it look easy and gets full 350 points. This is what the standings look like after the first course. 3 drivers are tied for the first place, and Thor Thormar is only 10 points behind. But there is a long way to go, and now we move on to the second course. This turned out to be the most challenging course for the drivers, but Sigurður Thor makes it look easy up the first hill. Then the drivers had to turn 180 degrees to go back down. Sigurður does this well and is currently without any penalty points. And now for the difficult final climb. Nope, not enough speed, and Sigurður only gets 240 points. Next up, Svanur Tómasson in Insane. Svanur had 240 points before this track, so if he goes all the way to the top, he could equal Sigurður's lead. Wow! That is one of the most spectacular rolls ever in Formula Offroad. Kind of explains the name of the car. Insane. Well, you have to say Svanur gave it his best, but that impact on the rear axle was too much and Svanur had to retire after this second course.
Já, Svanur, þetta var nú ekki alveg þinn dagur.
Nei, því miður. Ég ætla að heldur betur að taka á því núna og sýna hvað bílinn gæti og kallinn sjálfur. Það var aðeins svo mikið fyrir bílinn, allt í lagi með mig.
Þarna í annarri braut, þá valstu ansi illa. Hvað gerðist við bílinn þar?
Hann snér upp á hásinguna, beigði hann aðeins, eyðilagði felgu og dekk, eða felgu allavega. Það var nú alltaf sund, en nóg til þess að geta ekki haldið áfram.
Here is Valdimar Sveinsson in Crash Hard. Let's see if the car lives up to its name. Valdimar desperately needs good points here if he is to have any chance of winning the race. So let's see what he can do. Yes! Great driving from Valdimar. 330 points and only 90 points behind the leader, Sigurður Þór. Next in this challenging course is Aron Ingi in the Zombie. Now that's great driving. Aron copied Valdimar's performance and despite damaged rim, he managed to crawl his way through the last gate. Here we have Haukur Einarsson driving Taz. Haukur missed the first course due to engine problems and was keen to make up for it in the second. That's not good enough, so Haukur only gets 200 points. Next in this course is Magnús Sigurðsson. He got 350 points in the first course, like Sigurður and Snorri, so if he goes all the way, he could take the lead, since Sigurður only got 240 points for his effort. Magnús drives the course well and is currently without any penalty points. Not enough speed, and when he lands, something breaks in the drivetrain. He only gets 240 points and had to retire in the next course.
Magnús, þetta var nú ekki þinn dagur?
Nei, þetta gekk mjög vel og já, ég bara gaf aðeins og snemm í lendingunni held ég. Ég þarf nú að skoða þetta þegar ég sé þetta í sjónvarpinu.
Það fór eiginlega allt úrskeiðis þarna í braut nummer 2. Hvað gerðist nákvæmlega þar í lendingunni?
Ég braut öxul út millikassa, dragleður að framan og öxul.
Þannig að það er í rauninni bara öll drifur á spílsinn sem að brotnaði einhverju leyti?
Já, það skeði ekki neitt allavega, þú veist, hann var algjörlega bara, það var eins og verið hlutlausu.
With 350 points before this course, Snorri Þór Árnason needs to score more than 240 points to take the lead. Snorri drives like the champion that he is and avoids all the markers. And now for the final climb. Snorri tried to emulate Valdimar and Aron, but didn't find the right way up. Just like Sigurður and Magnús, he gets 240 points. The choir boy is well built and didn't sustain any damage in that roll. Last in this very challenging second course is Þór Þormar in Spider-Man. He was only 10 points behind the leaders before the course, so let's see if he goes for the lead. No, he hesitated there, but gets 220 points without penalties. The leaderboard doesn't change much, with Sigurður and Snorri battling for the lead, but Aron Ingi jumps up to the 4th and Þór isn't far behind. Stay tuned for more Formula Offroad. We are back and now we're gonna see how the road legal cars got on. Here we have last year's champion and winner of the first event in Hella, Ívar Guðmundsson in his car, the Devil. This is the first course for the road legal cars, but as you can see, they don't drive the same courses as the unlimited ones. This is Haukur Birgisson, and he, like the others in this class, drives an old Willys Jeep that he calls Þeytingur. Haukur was 4th in his first go at Formula Offroad in Hella and didn't improve here and took last place. Steingrímur Bjarnason is the most experienced driver in this class. Despite that, he came second in the first race. It was more bad news for Steingrímur at Stapafell, since he only managed 3rd place. Steingrímur's 3rd place was mainly due to the great driving shown by Eðvald Orri Guðmundsson in the Bachelor. Edvald was the only driver who got to the top of this last course and managed to beat Steingrimur by only 44 points. As for the winner, well, it was never any doubt. Ivar Guðmundsson is simply in a different league and thrashed the opposition, winning the race 145 points ahead of second place. Now, back to the unlimited cars. The third and fourth courses are time courses, where 2 cars start at once. Closer to us in the third course is Valdimar Jón Sveinsson, whereas Aron Ingi in the Zombie is driving the fourth. After this first run, the drivers change tracks and everyone drives both courses. Aron Ingi sets a time of 1 minute 7 seconds in his course, but Valdimar drove course number 3 in 34.6 seconds, which turned out to be the third best time, giving him 339 points. Next up are Snorri Þór and Haukur. Snorri is hoping to beat Valdimar's time of 34.6 seconds in the battle for first place. He does so and sets the fastest time of the day, resulting in 350 points. But Haukur Einarsson broke his front diff. Although he did manage to finish the course, he had to retire since the damage was too much. Sigurður Þór Jónsson had to start course number 4 alone, since Magnus in the cube had retired. Sigurður set the second fastest time in the third course, so if he could back that up with another fast time here, he would surely hang on to the lead. But when Sigurður turns back down, he goes the wrong way, resulting in only 50 points.
Sigurður, 4 brautir búnar, hvernig hefur þetta gengið í dag?
Það hefur gengið svona ágætlega. Ég var einhvers staðar í fyrsta öðru eftir fyrstu braut og svo einhvern veginn var ég nánast í endalið í öðru brauti, ég var fyrstur í hana. Það var einn af fáu bílunum sem fór nánast í endaliðið og einhvern veginn dó á bílnum, þannig ég lét hann renna bara niður. Svo fekk ég ekki að fara upp aftur, en það alltaf kom rauð fáni á mig og ég var ekkert góðinn út úr brautinni. Ætlaði að fara upp aftur og síðan var ég með besta tíman í fyrri tímabrautinni og svo óvart keyrði ég út úr seinni tímabrautinni. Ég sá svo illa þegar ég kem hana fyrir hotnið, ég beygði of snemma og keyrði óvart út úr henni. Ég sýndist það, var ekki viss og svo sá ég okkur rauðu fána á mig og þannig að ég kláraði hana ekki.
Next up is Þór Þormar. Here, right at the beginning, the front axle completely broke in half, resulting in yet another retirement. The axle probably cracked in the second course, and then completely gave way in the time course.
Já, Snorri, 4 brautir búnar, hvernig hefur þetta gengið?
Þetta hefur gengið þokkalega, ein velta þarna og annars bara gott held ég.
Engar skemmtur á bílnum í þessari veltu?
Nei, þetta er það sama bara, bodyið og eitthvað svona pjátur.
Núna er 5. og 7. brautin framundan, er þetta fært?
Það er allt fært sko, en það er bara spurning hversu mikið hugur í þeim sko.
Er hugur í þér?
Er það ekki alltaf?
Gangið þér vel.
Takk.
And Snorri the Choir Boy will be the first to tackle the 5th course. wasn't much of a challenge, and Snorri drives away with 350 points. It's the same story for Sigurður Þór Jónsson. He goes all the way without any effort at all. Next is Valdimar Jón Sveinsson. He makes a mistake in the beginning and has to reverse and loses 40 points for that. But he makes it all the way despite his engine issues. At this point, only 4 cars were left in the field, mainly because of that dramatic second course. Aron Ingi Svansson was one of the survivors, and he gets 350 points for this easy 5th course. So now, the scoreboard looks like this, with only 2 courses left. Snorri leads, Valdimar second, and Sigurður Þór is down to 3rd because of that mistake in the time course. Course number 6 looked a lot more difficult than the 5th, but again Snorri makes it look easy, but touches his marker in the final gate, losing 10 points. Now, because Snorri got 340 points, Sigurður has no chance of a victory, but he finishes this second to last course with 340 points as well. Aron Ingi had some mechanical problems before this track and couldn't resolve them in time. So Valdimar was the 3rd and final car to go all the way in this course. Aron Ingi did manage to start this final course, but as we can see, the transmission gave way and Aron finished the day in 4th with 1353 points. Now, let's see if Sigurður Þór Jónsson can make it all the way and possibly snap the 2nd place from Valdimar. No, he ends the day in 3rd with 1868 points. Valdimar Jón had no chance of catching Snorri Þór in this final course, so he didn't have to try to go all the way. Valdimar was happy with 2nd, although he wants to win next time. Snorri Þór Árnason in the choir boy showed us why he is the defending champion. With some great and controlled driving, he led from start to finish and ended the day with 2,180 points.
Snorri, fyrsta sett eftir daginn, þú lítur að vera sáttur með það?
Já, þetta var flottur dagur en það byrjaði ekki vel en það endaði vel.
Nú ert þú komin í fyrsta sett í Íslandsmótið og stefnir á að verja þinn titil vantanlega?
Já, maður gerir það alltaf en það er fullt af flottu köpum hérna, þannig að það er ekkert öruggt í þessu.
Gangið vel næstu keppni?
Takk fyrir.
We'll be back with the next round of Icelandic Formula Offroad in the beginning of July. Make sure not to miss it here on Motors TV.